Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. This morning, as I was watching the soapbox, they showed a clip from when Donald Trump was, I believe it was New Hampshire, but I'm not certain. And you had Tim Scott standing behind him, raising his hands up, talking about supporting, shouting, hooray, hooray for Trump. And when Trump acknowledged that he had done something, that Tim Scott did something for Trump, that he went against the lady who had appointed him, and Tim Scott came around and said, I did this because I love you more. Was he joking? I don't think he was joking. I mean, he was showing mostly all his teeth. He was really excited. And as I listened to that, I watched that. It was absolutely despicable. This man, a black man, descendants from slaves, who sat there all of his life listening to Donald Trump talk about that racism, that hatred, that bigotry stuff. He sat there and he heard this stuff. Then he hear him on this campaign trail talking the same stuff. But what gets me most is that he's up in the pulpit where Dr. King stood, talking about God. And I understand why black people are not getting the message anymore. Same reason white people didn't get the message. The white people didn't get the message because the message of God is you got to tell the truth. The message of God is you got to tell the truth. White people ain't doing that. They're not telling the truth. We, in our day, see that they planned on changing history, doing whatever they could or whatever they will be able to do to hide the truth. This is from the beginning of time. And so, not walking in truth, how can you honor God? All of the things that we do here in America that we call honoring God is not doing anything to honor God. If it were doing anything to honor God, it wouldn't be happening. You see, there's a difference between God and the ungod. All of the preachers that you hear, many of them talk about scripture. Many of them might be as sincere as they possibly can be, but they don't know God. When they start talking about white people, you want to just say outright, white people don't know God. But then you think back, there were white people who were doing everything they possibly could to help black people get out of slavery. So you can't say that, you can't say that at a point that nobody knew God at any point in time. But you can say that right now, if anybody knows God, nobody else know about it. And why is that? It is because God is about love. Anybody in the world, I don't care what's important to you today. I don't care what is important as far as your dream or your vision is concerned. When you have a relationship with God, everything changes. Everything changes. Your priorities changes. What happens is that you are one with the universe. You are one with the power of life. You see life. You want life. You want to experience life, but you are in a place where life is not being experienced, and you can see that. So this is no place. This way, this life, it's not for you. So you're here. So what is your job? Your job is to shine the light in this dark space that I don't care how dark it was. You shine so bright that everybody can see. Not talking, shining that everybody can see. That means you're not taking partnership with anything that does not lead to what God is trying to do. The Constitution might be a wonderful instrument for the world that we live in. The Constitution of the United States might be a wonderful instrument for people who committed their lives to the United States of America, who committed their lives to the Constitution of the United States, who have committed their lives to the ungod. But the moment you become one with God, you're not that wonderful life. You know, I always talk to you about food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, infrastructure, and all the things that's made by the hand of man. And I still talk to you about that. But once you come into the knowledge of God, none of that stuff is important unless all people can experience that. If they choose, if they desire, if they need, want, or desire, it's available to them because all of the people so wrapped up in love till they put their hands to the plow. You know, like you see somebody in a ditch, you help them. You see somebody's car stop on the side of the road, you give them a hand. You see somebody thumbing, you might give them a ride. So now you're in a world full of darkness, and you just riding through or trying to do just what they do, and they want to be millionaires, and so do you. They want to find cars, and so do you. They want to make sure when they want to go to the doctor, they can get quick care, and so do you. You don't want to be in line waiting. You don't care about the rest of folks. You just don't want to be in the line waiting. You're just like everybody else. But you're still trying to tell somebody about God. No, see, God had this thing fixed up so everybody's satisfied. So what I'm saying to you today, I guess I come on there to tell you that as far as I'm concerned, I'm not speaking for God right now, but as far as I am concerned, everybody in America is faking it when it comes down to God. Now, when you start talking about Republican and Democrats, oh, that's just a bunch of bull. So that really does not matter when you come down to the reality of things. Black and white and men and women, oh, that too doesn't even matter when you come down to the reality of things. Straight and gay doesn't even matter when you come down to the reality of things. The reality of things is love. Is that there's harmony in all things. That's what it's all about. And when you can come into that state of love, you might not used to care about gay people, but now you love them just like you love anybody else. You might not have cared about others suffering before, but now you're not putting up with it. Why? You know you don't want them suffering. You know if you're suffering, it's because Satan is causing your suffering. And you standing up exposing that Satan. You're trying to reveal at the same time to whomever ears will hear the right way to do this thing so you don't have to suffer, which indicates that they don't have to suffer. So you got the thing going on. That's what God's about. So all these preachers right here talking about prosperity, and just another expression of the stuff that the devil let them do. That doesn't bother the devil. When people telling you about the scriptures and stuff like that, just hollering at you about the scriptures, that doesn't scare the devil. Because you know you don't know what that means. The people talking to you don't know what that means. That had nothing to do with love. Love is what frightens the devil. Love is what frightens the devil. Don't you know that over on TV, all you've been hearing about is hate and all the ugly stuff that the Republicans and Democrats and stuff have been talking about? There have been some out here trying to tell you about love. You cannot find a television station that'll talk about it. You cannot even find another soap, what a soapbox cable station that really talks about love. I'm not talking about this is a better country than that country. I'm talking about where everybody is satisfied, where the people have said we're not going to accept it any other way except satisfaction guaranteed. That's when you walking with God. If you're not doing that, I just want to tell you, you missing the mark. You're walking right around in hell. You might be getting over just like the other demons are getting over, but that's exactly what it is. God doesn't play that stuff. That's why they said, I don't know if it's true or not, but they said that in heaven, when those guys got corrupt, they were kicked out. And so down here where we are, we were supposed to be just like those angels, living there just like they live, living here just like they live there. And this is stuff that comes along, we're supposed to kick it out. But it has overwhelmed us to the extent that when somebody stands up for that, then we are kicked out. The ones who know God were kicked out. But one thing about it, when you're walking with God, God got something for you to do. Yes, the enemy is ready to kick you out, but he cannot kick you out until God gives permission. Cannot kick you out. They cannot kill you until God says it's okay. And when God says it's okay, it's because God has something for you. What it is, I don't know. But I wanted to say this. The political stuff going around in this country, I'm watching you, America, black and white, all of us. As you come on TV, I'm watching you. And I want to tell you, we look just as sick as we can be. I don't care whose side you're on, Republican or Democrat. I don't care you man or woman. We look just as sick as we can be. Because what you say, yeah, those people think exactly like you agree with it. And what the other person say, those who think just like them agree with it. But that's not bringing anything together. What can the Democrats do that benefits every Republican? What can the Republicans do that benefit every Democrat? The only thing they can do is going to be righteous, and they are not going to do the righteous stuff. Why? Because they don't know nothing about it. So, brothers and sisters, you have a chance to do the right thing. The right thing. Now, when you come down to this election right now, I know it'll take a miracle for you to do the right thing. So each of you are going to try to vote for the ones that you think is the real deal. But I'm saying to the people, all of them, it doesn't matter who get in there, Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter if you get Biden or Trump or Phillips or somebody else. It doesn't make any difference. Our job is still waiting for us to get busy and take care of it. Our job is still waiting for us to get busy and take care of it, to show love. And I'm saying again to all of America who are out there loving God, it ain't worth 50 cents. Or should I say it ain't worth a dime. As far as God is concerned, we are still suffering. And then the devil is still running this show. So wake up, sisters and brothers. Wake up. Don't be fooled your entire life. Thank you.